What's up, everyone? This is TrainerDell, and this video for you, these are just my TrainerDell thoughts. I'm wondering, how do you guys budget for your card collection or deck building? For me, I'm definitely someone who would love to build decks straight up right out the gate. But I usually wait. I don't have FOMO when building decks. I can definitely wait. So for example, is like the Evil Eye deck. Like, I definitely like the strategy. It looked cool, but like if I had just bought a playset of Zerziels at the time, and Zerziel, I think it would have cost more than the whole deck when I built it, because a lot of the cards, when the reprints happened, were so affordable, so cheap. Like Zerziel went from like $15 to $20 to like $1, and I think that's so good. And obviously there was more support that came out later. Like this Evil Eye Gorgonio that really helped out the deck, and even later which hurts me that these are still non-foil, but Basiltrice and Evil Eyes Unleashed, right? Like, obviously these got added in after I built the deck and really brought the deck to a whole nother level. But if you guys saw the transition, and of course the hand traps and stuff, I waited till these got reprint, like Infinite, Valor. I mean, Valors were kind of not that expensive, but definitely like Ash Blossom, right? Now that we have Rarity Collection 1 that came out, it was a little easier to get those things, especially like Pot of Prosperity, man. If you try to get one of these before the reprint, oh my goodness, this deck would be crazy. Like, I would have lost so much money, which I still did, but not as much as it would be. And it has to be, to me, worth it. And as you see, we have the Time Thieves, and it's another thing I think about. Like, this hopefully came out after the profile. If you haven't seen that profile, I talked about picking up QCRs of this. And when I first did, I have one in a folder. I just bought it because I wanted it. And obviously it was the first Rarity collection. No one really knew the prices of how it was going to be and how the prices drop. Because when I wanted to have all of like the rarities for Redoer, like this was like 14-ish for the one, and these were like $5 each, and now these are like $1. These are all cents, and this, I was able to get these two for the same price as that one. I think I got these at $7 a piece. And Time Thief Perpetual, man, the Starlight, like, oh my gosh, when it first came out, it was crazy. I think it was like 150, went up to 200. Like, she just kept going up and down and up and down, and I was like, I don't want to that's a roller coaster I don't want to ride right now. But obviously recently Starlights have gone down, all the QCRs and stuff, and I was like, I think she was around 30-ish, no, like 30 something, 40-ish dollars. And I had talked to a vendor at Frankensons, and he's like, hey, he can do 35. And I'm like, ooh, I can't pass that up. So for me, very opportune time. I think there's so much opportune times, and so I wait. I'm okay with waiting. Like I said, for me, it's no FOMO. Again, I don't mind buying like a booster box like the week of release to help out a card shop, or even to wait a week or two later after the hype dies down on TCG Player. You know, don't forget to click that link down below if you want to get any of these cards and stuff. But yeah, I'm okay with it. And I kind of like the progression. Let me say, like my Ruka deck, right? Like my Ruka waifu, again, when I first built it, it obviously didn't have these SPs and wasn't foiled out with these and the climaxes, and well, that's crazy, 3 are together. I got them a little bit once at a time. I think I got like a few here and there when the prices are really good, and I was selling cards, like trading stuff into the local shops and stuff. So again, I'm really cool with having these, and hopefully one day these will be upgraded to this, but I'm in no rush. I think it's fine. Story time, to go off tangent. One of them I bought very early. I had bought it because I was like, I really want an SP of her, and I was selling a bunch of cards off from one of my commander decks. I think 2 of my commander decks. I was getting rid of stuff. I wasn't wanting to play with those decks anymore, and I got like an extra, 200 something bucks and saw this for like 150 and was like, hey, I'm cool with that. She was around 200, then dropped a little bit. I was cool with that. And then now it's a little lower, and I had saved money, and this is why I asked you guys budget. I was saving money not for this. I was saving towards something else, but I was at Frank & Sons, saw Mike's booth, Tressa's Collectibles, and saw her, and I was like, freak, I actually have enough to get another one. He was selling them at a really great price. Can't remember, I think like either 100 or 110, something like that. I can't truly remember. Just I know that I had a good amount saved up for something else. And as much as I really, really want to upgrade these, like, goodness, she's still pricey. And I probably would have bought one for myself, but Puddin actually got me this. I think I've showed this before. She got me this as a wedding gift a few years back, a year and a half ago. Because we were, again, doing really good monetarily? I don't know how I say it. We were doing pretty okay. And I just like the transition of like the growth of this deck to get a bunch of these, like even the Brainstorm, like I didn't know how much I would like it, like her all super cute, all crying and stuff. And I think a lot about Big B, like, you know, who does Weiss Schwartz market watches and or just talks about the market and good investing. Just stay in budget, like, and that's why I'm asking you guys, what is your budget? Do you like to just splurge out, buy the latest box, buy a case? Do you guys work together with friends? What's another thing I want to show? So like in my deck, a guy asked me at the tournament, like, whoa, you got these? And I was like, this one, I pulled, if you guys saw it in that video, and I was really surprised to even pull this. I was like, whoa. And for this one, again, don't forget to click that TCG player link down below, but TCG player was having a kickback, and I was like, might as well. I am a fan of Silent Swordsman. I have the Funko Pop right here, and I played Silent Swordsman in high school, the level 3, 5, and like one of the 7s, because I bought that video game and 7 was in there, and I was just a big fan, and so much so that, again, we grabbed this folder, and you kind of see holes here because I need to find the D-Rev, and again, I'm waiting out on a good price. I'm not too crazy about it. I felt like these are fine. I waited post-release, and these were so inexpensive. I think the day before release or 2 days before, we were at Frank & Sons, and they had this on display, and I asked, hey, you know, how much? And at the time, they were like, oh, it's at like 15 bucks. And then I waited, and I think you guys saw in the video how much it was when I did my video on talking about like what I would pick up. So that's why I don't mind splurging a little bit, because I had like a rule, my budget rule for the longest, and still kind of this day, is if a card's like over $20, I probably won't buy it. Just like they said with the Surzeal, like I probably won't buy it. And sometimes on deck profiles, you'll notice like an SP Little Knight, or goodness, a Chaos Angel would be so awesome. I would love to have it. But where I was fine with these, like selling cards or working towards it or saving up, I don't feel like just on a whim, like, hey, I'm gonna buy that. This one is an example of like, I was like, might as well help out, do get the little kickback, and I'm a fan. So there are some, obviously the rule doesn't always apply. There are some times where I do splurge, you know, and I think that's okay. I think it's fine. Not that like I went over my budget or anything like that, not where I went crazy. And then even like my Ryu deck, if I can find it in here, like a crazy, I have an Infinite in here, and I think about how crazy it is that it's in here, and that at the time it was inexpensive, because Walking Ballista I picked up right after it got rotated out of standard. Finch and Sparrow was having a cool thing where they're like, hey, cards getting rotated out are 30% off, and I'm like, hey, I'll pick up Walking Ballista. And then when Modern happened, or when this got released and Modern or Pioneer was a thing, oh my goodness, this thing just went crazy. So I don't think I would pick this up now. I mean, it's not over 20, but I don't know if I would have. This is definitely a card I would have not picked up ever. ever, but I'm so happy to have, even though it's just the normal borderless one. Puddin got it for me as a gift again. Oh my goodness, thank you. Although, and then you see something like this, which you're like, hey, you bought the commander deck, and I think that's fine in my own head. Like, buying a commander deck comes with a bunch of cards, and if you use them, it's cool. So the deck that it came with, the one with Nelly Borka, I did put that into somewhere, so I do play it, you know, make the money worth it. But yeah, I just don't know. And there's lots of Teferi's protection there, but I've had that one for like a long time, since like forever. So yeah, like I said, there's a transition of like cards. Like if you watch the old Gurren Lagann deck, this is just, again, thoughts. We did not have the Kaminas in here, able to get that at a good time. And I guess that's just how I'll close it out. Like, can you wait? Like I mainly do. Or do you love that instant gratification? Which, you know, sometimes you can do both. But where do you... I lean more on waiting. I don't really have FOMO. And then you say, like, hey, this was crazy. But I decided to pick... Not this, but the whole deck. It was one of the few times where I'm like, yeah, give me all the secrets, which is hard. But yeah, so we all have our own, like, outliers and stuff. But for the main part, again... how do you like to budget out your collection? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching. Peace.